got 20 minutes to get this done. I am in the middle of my Thursday work day. But I just had to share this with you all. I have just, I'm in amazement. I really am. Grandparents should not raise their grandchildren. I mean that. I mean that with everything in my heart. I know there are grandparents out there that end up having to raise your grandchildren based on circumstances. I know there are, some grandparents who will never even be bothered with their grandchildren. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about the ones that love their children. And then in turn, they have grandchildren. Because that is I don't even understand it. That's a love that, yeah, I have no idea of. What I do know about that love, it is not balanced at all. And all they have is love for those grandchildren. Even in times when it's time for discipline, it don't really make sense to them that discipline has to happen. That's why somebody has to be in the middle. We're having issues with James Adam. He's 13, and my mama is annoying. That's just the truth. She's a nagger. She loves him so much. She just wants to. This is a story within a story. His grandfather was dropping him off at the barbershop, and she calls my daddy and says, "You make sure he gets in that building before you leave." He said, "Why wouldn't I make sure he got into?" Her love for him just, none of us are good enough to deal with him on a day-to-day basis because she is the only one who loves him. So that's where her love is coming from. So she just wants him to be able to do okay, well, it's going to take time for him to learn to do the things, and he's 13, so making this bed ain't really something he care about. Like these are what we care. These are things that we care about, not him. Anyway, we have a little incident yesterday. He's so upset, and he's crying, and sugar is not fair, and she's just nagging me, and she just, because I teach my son to be, talk about your feelings, but we need to check this also. We can't just be running off, we got to get your emotions in check because there is some good brain energy that needs to happen too. It's not just all emotion. But I ain't got no problem with you, having a conversation respectfully about what's going on. So we end up talking, and he cries a little bit, and I get him to the point of understanding, and by the time we go to bed, I think all is well. I wake up this morning, and she comes and she says, I'm not washing his clothes anymore because he has an attitude. This early in the morning, we already starting with this? I take a breath. I send his daddy a text. I said, you better do something because he's going to be on the porch with a busted-in chest. Now, everybody knows I don't whoop James Adam. I don't physically discipline him the way that I was disciplined. But you're not going to disrespect me, and you're not going to disrespect your grandparents. I will chin check you. You will be in the floor. Now, that has been a thing before. He kind of bucked up at her one time, and I saw it. I was sitting in the floor, and I brought him down to the floor with me. So, we don't play them games. So, I go in his room, and he just, I don't even knock at this point. I just bust the door open. What is your problem? You wake up with violence against your grandmama because she trying to come in here and get your clothes? You got an attitude? He's like, I didn't know what she wanted. You didn't even know what she wanted, but you want to have an attitude because she coming in this room where you pay 0 bills. By this time, I'm done. So I'll go in the bathroom, and I come back to his room, and then I go back to the bathroom, brush my teeth, I come back to his room. I'm just, going back and forth, going back and forth. He's out of his room, and we're in what is what we would consider like a great room upstairs. So it's just this, huge room that leads off into the other rooms. I'm talking to him, and I'm, giving constructive criticism and teaching values and building character. You know what she says to me? Nitra, did you see the arrangement that we got last night? What you talking about? We got a flower arrangement last night. It's on the kitchen table. Do you see me in the middle of helping him to be a wonderful human? I said, no, ma'am, I didn't see it. James, I don't go on to your room. I go on and do what I need to do. I go back to his room. I talk to him again. By this time, I'm way calm, much calmer. I talk to him and I give him a hug and kiss him and tell him, you know, I love you, but this can't be how we do this. We have to do this more intelligently. Since he was a little boy, I've been saying, where's your good brain? He'd be like, it's right here, mommy. It's in here. It's in here. I know. So I need you to use it. So, you know, we talk about that kind of stuff. He cries a little bit this morning and I say, I love you, but, you know, we're going to do it right. Yes, ma'am. I understand. Okay, good. So I'm headed to work. I go downstairs. I'm sitting on the bottom step. I'm putting on my shoes. You know what this woman does? She comes around that corner and she says, you know, you acted like that when you were 13 too. Ma'am, I'm standing up for you. This is why. That's my 100% reason why parents, grandparents should not raise their grandchildren when they have that much love for them. Because they don't, even if they don't see it, they can't do it. It makes no sense to them. This is my grandchild. You're not getting ready to mess with my grandchild, even if you the mama. I said, okay, I understand. I probably did act like that when I was 13, but somebody had to pull me back. So I have to do this. I understand. Well, did I need you to say that? I just shook my head. By the time I got in the car, it was all funny. And I just said, Nitra, this is what it is. This is the greatness of your life. I've never been a single mom. She's been there. She taught him all the things. She potty trained him. She taught him how to use a fork to eat. She's been the one that was there. I, made sure that the stuff was taken care of, the Pampers and the wipes because she was there when I didn't have to put him in child care. I didn't have to think about there being a safety issue. I would just leave because I knew he was in the best hands he could ever have been in. So this is par for the course. It is what it is. It's definitely something to be grateful for. So if you have a grandparent for your child, just know they ain't gonna do a good job at the discipline part. Like they're not gonna do it at all. Then there's a lot of videos where parents are like, you didn't have no money. I mean, the parents, you didn't have no money for me to go to McDonald's. Then the lady says, oh, I got McDonald's money, Chick-fil-A money, Ruth Chris money. I guess she names all of these places where she's taking her grandchildren because that's who they are. They're her grandchildren. So as parents, you stand the course. You do what you need to do because the grandparents of these children they ain't built like that. They're not. You've got to be the one to give them the basics and to help them become great humans. Because if it's up to their grandparents, they get to just do whatever they want to do. Period. I loved everybody. I do. I think, my family is absolutely wonderful. Some of them I don't like sometimes, but overall, everybody's good. Everybody's good. Anyway, Merry Christmas, y'all. Happy New Year. Bye.